morning. I woke up today thanks to my dog around 4:30 a.m. Returned to my bed, listened to some Rachel Cruz money management videos while attempting to fall back to sleep. Instead of getting out of bed and starting my day early, since I am not a morning person by trade, I continued to lay there and listen while my mind drifted to times of, things that I needed to do, random things. I started cleaning out my email while I was listening and remembered I hadn't yet used one of my birthday coupons from Victoria's Secrets. So I started putting stuff in my cart because, you have to spend a minimum amount. But then I used the tactics I had just learned from Rachel Cruz, and I decided I'll wait 24 hours, closed out of it, and bought nothing, which I do tend to do quite often. Then I began to pray. I prayed about some of the same things that I've been praying about for the past 2 years or so. A business niche, a focus. My mind is just jumbled. I'm a thinker, I'm a creator, an idea person, and a helper. I love helping people. I'm a nurse, I'm a mom, but I just can't seem to focus with really anything in life at this point. So I feel like I used to be able to, but now I just seem very distracted very easily. Maybe that's because no matter what I do, there is something just gnawing at me to think differently, think bigger, perhaps. But I shouldn't say think bigger, because I do think bigger. I guess it's the little voices of self-doubt. They tell me it's too big when I'm thinking. And then I freeze. I guess it's my actions that need to be bigger. Does anyone else feel like this? Like you have these goals and these dreams, but it's like that this is maybe something that you're meant to do, but you just can't really put it into action. That's where I seem to be, I feel like, at this point in my life. And so basically these thoughts that I'm sharing are my daily prayers. This is how I pray. I pray by thinking with God, thinking through things with God, by talking to him in my head. At this point, I feel like I'm pleading with him to just please tell me what the heck my stupid niche is supposed to be. And I know you need to have a niche. I don't know if there's any other people that are trying to do business stuff that understand what I'm talking about. I need to have a thing. But that's then what I get caught up with, and then I do nothing because I feel like I think of something and then I'm like, oh, but what if I'm supposed to do this? And what if I'm supposed to do this? So I've just been pleading with him. I get hung up on the name of a website. Do I use my own name? Do I come up with a name? Do I finish my book that I started writing? Do I start a course or a podcast? Do I help people one-on-one? Do I call it coaching? Do I call it advocacy? Do I call it consulting? Or do I just give up completely and just, I don't know. I mean, at this point, I do some nursing part-time, but I just feel like that's not exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I've felt most of my life that I'm supposed to have my own business. I just have this entrepreneurial mindset. I have all of these, like I said, these goals and these thoughts that I just need to figure out how to put them into action. And the dream seems so completely real and close and like it's right there. Does anyone else ever feel like that? Like you think that you're supposed to be doing something else and then life happens, or your thoughts happen, or you have negative ideas about yourself. And it's like so freaking complicated and far away at the same time, but it's like right there and you know that you want to do it. And then half the time I'm just thinking like, what am I freaking doing? I'm 41 years old. I can honestly say that I feel that the past few years have been some of the messiest years in my life. 2022, well, I'm not exaggerating when I say that there were some days that I truly questioned whether or not I could keep going. But I'd show up on social media and write posts, and I'll tell you that half of the posts, when I would write the little hashtags at the end, they were for me. They were also for me. They were for other people, but they were also for me. You know, the ones that say hashtag keep going, hashtag mental health, hashtag mental health awareness, hashtag faith, hashtag believe, hashtag let go and let God, hashtag you can do this. Like, I'm not 5 steps ahead of people trying to deal with the complete mess of life every day. I'm right there in it. Just talking myself into some type of belief system that encompasses my belief in God and even the tiniest sliver of a belief in myself. Just like I tell everyone around me. Like I've been encouraging my kids, I encourage my patients to do for almost, 11 years as a nurse. I'm encouraging other people as a job. But then I'm like writing these posts and I'm like, well, I'm actually encouraging myself. I'm telling myself what to do as well. And then in the midst of my prayers this morning, that sounds something like, damn it, God, can you just tell me what the heck to dive headfirst into with this thing I've been calling a business that doesn't seem to get started? It hits me. It's January 25th, 2023. This was at about 7:10 a.m. Right now it's about 8:30 now that I'm recording this. 10 years. It's been 10 years since I was waking up for what I thought was the happiest day of my life. I'm back there in that place in my old apartment with some of the most important people in my life. I look around and a few of them are awake too. My 7-year-old daughter, my mom, my sister, my best friend and roommate from college, and my friend from high school that I've been friends with since middle school, who flew all the way from California for that day. We started getting ready. I'm just picturing us getting our things together, and one by one they tell me how excited they are for my wedding day. My sister says, "You're getting married today." For the first year in 10 on this day, these thoughts brought me to tears this morning. I was separated in July of 2016. My divorce finalized in July of the following year. It's bittersweet, but so much has changed in 10 years that I feel I am a completely different person in both good ways and bad. Good times and bad. I can tell you quite honestly that I knew I made a mistake that very first night as husband and wife. But let me rephrase that. Looking back now, I know that God makes no mistakes. I had a second daughter in December of 2013, and there are many days this past year that she is what kept me going. God makes no mistakes. I definitely learned more in 10 years about myself and all of my relationships than in the other 31 years combined. 10 years flew by. And when it hit me just now that it's really been 10 years since I walked down that aisle, I started crying. Such a bittersweet cry. For anyone who has been through the ups and downs of divorce, I'm sure you can relate on some level. Sorry, it's my dog. The daily thoughts that run through your head can be anything from, I'm such a failure for not having a successful marriage, to how could I not have seen all the red flags, to thank God I got out of that marriage, to I'm loving my independence and confidence today, to how the heck am I going to afford to feed my kids, which is definitely where I was at a lot this year. And then that little voice that says, but God will provide. And yeah, I'm talking about having like all those thoughts on repeat some days, just in a cycle, usually in a matter of seconds. Yeah, me too. Like, if you're understanding what I'm talking about, this is my brain. It's a freaking mess on the daily. Just a complete mess of thoughts. But what God's been telling me this morning through all these thoughts is that my niche is me. Messy, forgiving, faithful, caring, fearful of what's next, divorced, single, unfocused, Irish-tempered, loving my children more than life itself, trying to be more positive and better than yesterday, me. I mean, sure, I'll try to stick to certain subjects, and, that's what the business gurus and the algorithm tell us to do. But what's more important in what I'm feeling and learning this year, just through experiences and, through meeting other people and through some business conferences that I attended, such as from Chalene Johnson and some other amazing people that I've had the pleasure of seeing and even meeting, like, just start something. And I've been telling myself this for months. I've been telling myself this for 2 years. And it goes back to like the fear of whatever, I don't even know, the fear of failure, the fear of not helping the right people or not finding the right people, the fear of people not liking me. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like a combination of things, but who cares? Especially if you're online. Like, who cares? You're never gonna maybe meet me. If you don't want to meet me, you don't have to meet me. And yeah, I'm wearing a Saved by the Bell t-shirt. I'm in my sweatpants. Who cares? Because God will lead me to wherever I need to be with whoever is supposed to be there. And again, this is like me posting things, hashtag keep going. Yes, I'm kind of talking to myself at this point and also telling myself, who cares? But I'm also telling you, who cares? Whatever it is that you've been putting off, whatever it is that you feel you should be doing, or, you know, leaving that job, starting your own business, getting out of that relationship that's terrible. And no, I'm not saying to get divorced. We went through a ton of therapy first. We tried whatever we could. In my opinion, it was not something that could have been resolved. But do that hard thing and then tell me about it. What is it that's getting you stuck right now? What is it that you're maybe trying to do, your goals that you have that you've been putting off? Because God will lead you wherever you need to go. God will lead you to whoever you need to be with. I truly believe that. He has helped me jump over what I thought were impossible hurdles thus far, and persevere no matter what. And sometimes it even just takes like certain people telling you that they're proud of you, telling you that you know, are amazing at persevering. That's not what should drive your forces, so to speak. But I can tell you that when my dad told me how proud he was of me for persevering through all of the things I dealt with last year, it meant a lot. It meant a lot. So that's the other side of the coin. If you have someone in your life who's trying to make a better life for themselves and just trying to get by and just trying to be okay, tell them how proud you are. I apologize for my dog. She's clicking around. Remember to tell people how proud you are of them. And when they do a good job, give them, go lay down, babe. Go lay down. Give them a high five. Give them a hug. Give them words of encouragement. People need that stuff. It's really important. Don't judge them for trying to make their life better. Don't judge them for something that you haven't personally dealt with. You are a different person. And it's not even like, you know, parenting is not just parenting. Parenting different kids is parenting different kids, and you need to be sensitive at times to people that are going through different things, because that's how you would hope that people would be to you. Just remember how important that can be some days. But what he's telling me this morning is that I can't give up now. I told myself 2 years ago that I was going to be doing this business venture, and I will figure out what to do. And I need to make this day, January 25th, 2023, the day that I start a new chapter in my life. And the day that I finally complete the last question of my enrollment paperwork, which is right here. Right here. I don't know if anyone has done an annulment in the Catholic faith. This is both torturous and extremely healing. And I have one last question to finish. And I do know that I need to finish that today. Exactly 10 years to the day of my wedding. I'm also more than happy to talk to other people about that process as well, if anyone needs any guidance or assistance or whatever, because it's very long and tedious for sure. So I hope that you all have a blessed day, and I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you have a bittersweet divorce story, or maybe it's not bittersweet, maybe you need help with your annulment, maybe you just want to chat, but let me know what you're going through right now. Let me know maybe what I can help you with. Maybe I have already gone through something. Maybe I'm not 5 steps ahead, but maybe I'm like half a step ahead. Because one thing I didn't have very much of, I have a very supportive family and supportive friends, but specifically like as a single mom with going through a Catholic divorce can be, I mean, any divorce is difficult, but there's a whole bunch of other things, I guess, that like annulments and things that you deal with as a Catholic divorcing mom. And I didn't really have that many people to talk to about it, to talk to like really the deep part of what I was feeling, besides my mom, which is another whole thing, because I'm going to touch on that at some point as well, because I was also in my 20s when my parents got divorced. That was a whole other thing. But anyways, I would love to heal together. Healing together with other people can certainly be helpful. And I found myself back in court last year, so I unfortunately am familiar with a lot of that unfortunate stuff as well. So I look forward to going live soon, and interacting with some of you on my channel. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Turn on your notifications, as I will begin posting every Wednesday. That is my promise I'm putting out there to the universe, because I've learned that I need to set goals that can be checked by accountability partners. And I would ask maybe that some of you could be my accountability partners, and we can help each other through some of these things that we deal with on a daily basis. So my kids right now are 16 and 9. I also homeschool them, and would love to talk to other moms who are homeschooling or would like to homeschool. So that's another whole thing. So at least for now, I'll see you next Wednesday. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe for future episodes. God bless.